Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike B with Bombero Bus, and today we are doing this. If you want to know why, you should listen to this. So we ran it with the car up like this, and that noise that you heard is coming from right here. It sounds honestly like camshaft noise, and it's coming from right behind that oil pump in here. And guess what is behind there? Camshaft. So that's our suspicion right now. It could be something more simple, but we don't know. Either way, the engine's got to come out. So there it is, the next phase. The engine is dropped, sitting on a dolly there. This is a good chance to go ahead and take a look at your throwout bearing. This is the later model with the sleeve on it right here. It's nice and centered. You know, the bearings don't sound terrible. You hear that? But might take the chance. It'd be something worth replacing if he wanted to. There doesn't seem to be an input shaft seal leak. Behind there is an input shaft seal, and he seems to be looking pretty good in the bell housing. Maybe a small rear main leak back there, but nothing, you know, out of the norm or problematic. One of the easier fixes that you hope for when you hear that kind of rattling that you heard in the beginning of this video is, you know, maybe a loose flywheel, but you can see this one torqued good. No looseness to that at all. So we're going to take it off and see what's going on back there. All right, getting down to business now. We've got it torn down to the short block, and nothing obvious is jumping out when we look in there at the cam or the crank. We haven't looked at, you know, the timing gear or the camshaft, the cam gear, anything on that front end. But what we have found is, of all the rods, this one here, this side to side plate could be too much. Don't know the number on that as far as tolerance, but we could look it up and find out. So that loose cam gear is what that noise was.
Yeah, the rivets got loose.
Yep, and that's a standard one because it's riveted. In the aftermarket, yeah, look at the bubble coming up there. So he got an Engel 110 that he bought here, and is going to replace that standard one with it. And so to take a closer look, this is that cam we just pulled out of that engine. And you know, you take a look at these rivets here and watch that. Look at the amount of travel on that rivet. And all four of those all the way around do it. And that is causing this. Do you see that? So we really think this is going to be the problem. And we're going to take this opportunity to put the Engel 110 cam that I just mentioned. We bought this at that shop we were just at, and it's pretty aggressive compared to the one I just showed you. So nothing else is going to be changed. So we could check back to see how this goes. We're going to run this Engel 110 with stock 1-to-1 rockers. Of course, it's going to have the dual carbs, but other than that, we're not going to put high rev dual springs or anything like that. This right here, Engel 110, is going to go into a stock 1600 with nothing more than dual 34 carburetors, and we'll see how that goes. When you open your gear, you're going to get some cool things. You're going to get some instructions on pretty much how to break the cam in, and we won't get into that yet. Just know that you have that information on hand when you buy it. Then you also get some other information, the grind number, lift, duration, lash for your valves. This one wants 4 thousandths. So there's some cool stuff there too. We'll get into that later also. But for now, we're gonna attach the gear to the cam. So you got the slot here for your oil pump drive. And then you have on this gear a dot. Can you see that dot? That dot needs to line up with this slot. And there's only one way it'll do that. So the dot goes up, lines up with that slot. And there's only one way that it'll fit to make that happen. So the information that you get with the cam doesn't tell you the torque for these bolts. And the research showed 14 to 16 to 17 to 18, depending on what you read. We're going to use blue Loctite on it, and we're going to torque it to, what'd you want to do? 18 foot-pounds.
No, 17, my bad.
No, 17. His bad. So that's it. The cam is put together, and we feel confident that that's what the problem was. So the purpose of this video was to let you listen to the engine sound at the beginning and then find out with us what it was. And in our case, it was the cam. So I hope that helps you out. A couple of apologies. The main one is for all the times in the video I called this an Engel 110. It's not. It's an MP. All the numbers are the same, the lift, the duration. It's pretty much a Chinese copy of it, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm sorry I called it an Engel 110 several times. And I apologize to my brother for calling his engine stock, because it's not. It's a 1641 with 87 millimeter pistons. And after those apologies, we'll call it a wrap. If this video helped you, thanks for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe. If it didn't, leave a comment and tell me what's up. But either way, thanks for hanging out with us at Bombero Bus, and we'll see you on the next one.